Okay, welcome everyone. This is the Budget Implementation Committee meeting for the Riverside County Transportation Commission. Today is November 28th, 2022. Welcome everyone. Okay, and just a few reminders. This, of course, is a virtual meeting. When the agenda was posted, instructions were posted as to how to join the meeting. So thank you everyone who has joined us for this meeting. We do want to have an orderly meeting. So if you could please silence any of your devices and try to remain mute unless you are speaking. If you are Commissioner, we ask that if you're able to, that you keep your camera on so that anyone attending the meeting can see that you are actually with us. And just a reminder that when they're at the appropriate time, if you wish to speak, you can use the raised hand feature on your device. If you've joined us by telephone, you dial *9 to do that. All right, we'll move on with our agenda. And the first item is the roll call. Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I see District 3 joining us. District 3?
I'm here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Banning? Beaumont?
Beaumont's here.
Calimesa?
Here.
Canyon Lake?
Here.
Cathedral City?
Here.
Coachella? Desert Hot Springs?
Present.
Lake Elsinore?
Here.
Marietta? Palm Desert?
Here.
Palm Springs?
Present.
San Jacinto? Riverside?
Here.
Wildemar?
Benoit here.
Thank you. We do have a quorum.
All right, thank you very much. Our next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. If you don't mind, if I could call on our Commissioner Bob McGee from the City of Lake Elsinore, if you would mind leading us in the pledge. Please stand if able and face the flag.
Please follow me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic
for which it
stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. All right, the next item is public comments. This is public comments on items that are not on the agenda. If you have joined us as a member of the public and you wish to make an comment on an item that is not on our agenda, this would be your chance to do so. If you'd please use the raised hand feature.
Chair Gregory, I'm not seeing any hands raised, and we have not received any written comments on items not on the agenda.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, we'll move on then. Our next item on the agenda is our consent calendar. Is there anyone that has any comments or wishes to speak on an item on the consent calendar?
The clerk would like to make a quick statement.
Yes, please.
Thank you. We did have a correction for the minutes. Item 6A, the October 24th minutes inadvertently listed that we met in person, and we did meet via Zoom. So we did make that correction. So the vote today will reflect that.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. Are there any other questions or comments on the consent calendar? Do we have a motion?
Calimesa moves with the correction.
Here, Calimesa to move with corrections.
Desert seconds as presented.
Desert seconds. All right, then we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote, please.
District 3?
Yes, here. Yes.
Beaumont?
Yes.
Calimesa?
Yes.
Canyon Lake?
Aye.
Cathedral City?
Yes.
Desert Hot Springs?
Aye.
Lake Elsinore?
Aye.
Palm Desert?
Yes.
Palm Springs?
Aye.
Riverside?
Aye.
Wildemar?
Aye.
Thank you. The consent calendar passes.
All right, thank you very much. The next item on our agenda is a review of our annual investment policy, and we'll call on Sergio Vidal.
Good morning, Chair and committee members. Everyone hear me well?
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. Sergio Vidal, CFO for RCTC. Thank you very much. Good to see everyone this morning. The item before you this morning is the annual investment policy for the commission. The investment policy is a guiding document outlining the parameters of managing the agency's investment portfolio and related reporting requirements. And the commission is required by state law to adopt its annual policy annually. Next slide, please. So the primary objective for investing commission funds in order are maintaining safety of principal, providing liquidity to meet the commission's day-to-day cash flow needs, and third is achieving a yield or prudent return on investment. And these objectives are consistent with the California Government Code section as outlined in our policy. Next slide, please. Some background in developing the document for this year's consideration. Staff reviewed the following material to ensure the policy is consistent with best practices. Specifically, review was conducted of relevant government code sections related to investments. Also, we reached out to commission-approved securities professionals and sought their input regarding the policy, along with legal counsel, providing additional layer of assurance the policy is in accordance with the applicable securities regulation. Next slide, please. After our due diligence was completed, staff proposes the following changes to the policy. The changes are primarily administrative in nature. Specifically, the policy was updated to reflect the recently revised government code sections, expansion of third parties who are subject to due diligence procedures, and review annually to ensure compliance with applicable securities code sections, along with some minor updates reflecting current securities regulators. The policy was also amended to update the reporting frequency to the commission. Staff will be providing monthly investment reports in accordance with the updated government code section that requires monthly reporting to the government body rather than quarterly as had been the case previously. Next slide, please. Next steps. Approve the revised investment policy along with the accompanying resolution this morning for consideration. And also beginning with the December 2022 investment report, staff will begin submitting the reports monthly for consideration on the January-February commission cycle. This concludes my presentation, pardon me. I'm available to answer any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, CFO, for that review of the investment policy. Are there any questions or comments by committee members? All right, seeing none, are there any comments by any members of the public?
I am not seeing any hands raised, and we did not receive any written comments on this item.
All right, we'll return back to the committee for any questions, comments, or a motion.
Move approval of staff's recommendation, third district.
All right, we have a motion by the third district to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, Palm.
Calamasa seconds. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, well, we'll take Calamasa on this one. Calamasa seconds. All right, if there's no other questions or comments, go ahead and I'll call for a roll call vote, please.
District 3,
Yes.
Beaumont,
Yes.
Calamasa,
Yes.
Canyon Lake,
Aye.
Cathedral City,
Yes.
Desert Hot Springs,
Aye.
Lake Elsinore,
Aye.
Palm Desert,
Yes.
Palm Springs,
Aye.
Riverside,
Aye.
Wildemar.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 7 passes.
All right, thank you. And thank you again, CFO Vidal. We'll look forward to seeing those monthly investment reports now.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to our next item. Our next item is our 2023 state and federal legislative platform and legislative update. And we'll call on David Knutson for a report.
Good morning, Chair and committee members. The Commission annually adopts a legislative platform that serves as the framework for policy positions the Commission will take on various pieces of legislation, administration policies, and regulations. The platform addresses broad themes that are critical in both Sacramento and Washington, D.C. These platform points allow staff, commissioners, and the Commission's lobbyists to communicate in a timely, effective manner with state and federal agencies and elected officials as issues arise. The proposed 2023 state and federal legislative platform builds on previously adopted Commission platforms. The recommended adjustments to the 22 Commission adopted platform are based on lessons learned from recent state legislative session, including the introduction of Assembly Bill 1778, 2237, 2438, and transportation policies like the California Action Plan for Transportation Infrastructure, CAPTI, and the California Transportation Assessment Report pursuant to AB 285. These adjustments include Ensuring regions like Riverside County with growing diverse populations priced out of coastal urban centers receive their fair share of state and federal funding resources, as well as flexibility in policy implementation. Opposing implementation measures associated with climate action goals if they hinder a just transition to multimodal transportation systems in Riverside County. Supporting multimodal transit projects that promote equitable access through geographic reach and service frequency, commuter and mobility choice, and environmental sustainability, as well as maximizing regional competitiveness for state and federal funding. Supporting environmental streamlining for multimodal transit projects and safety improvements on roads and highways, and recognizing work already being done to incorporate active transportation improvements into other projects, such as interchange improvements. Also added was encourage efforts to limit impacts to climate, air quality, and habitats in a manner that promotes improved quality of life and equitable outcomes for residents of Riverside County, provided that these efforts are sufficiently funded and do not negatively impact the mission of RCTC. Staff has been making this argument all year in response to CAPDI development and public comments to the AB 285 report. And this approach is strategic in that it signals to policymakers that RCTC is aware of the state's policies and want to play a part in how these policies are implemented. Staff also spent time reorganizing the platform format for a more readable document. Clarifying edits include moving provisions in the platform to more appropriate sections, updating wording to better reflect current policy, and removing duplicate issue areas. These changes are not intended to alter RCTC's core policy goals, initiatives, or values, including in the area of opposing any mandates that could nullify RCTC's priorities, supporting the Commission's independent authority and decision-making, and ensuring the project delivery of voter-approved Measure A expenditure plan. The proposed 2023 state and federal legislative platform is attached to the staff report with track changes to highlight additions and deletions from the adopted 2022 version. This item is for the committee to recommend the Commission adopt the 2023 state and federal legislative platform. Before I conclude, I want to mention staff is carefully monitoring reports from the Legislative Analyst's Office that the state is facing a $25 billion budget deficit. It's uncertain at this point if there will be any impact to transportation programs. The governor will unveil his budget proposal in early January with a revision in May. The budget will be top of mind as lawmakers begin the new legislative session, 22-23 regular session on December 5th. This concludes my report, and I'm happy to take any questions.
All right, thank you, Director Knudsen, for the report. There's some really good and important items that have been added or revised on the legislative platform. Are there any commissioners with any comments or questions? All right, seeing none, we'll open it up to the public. Are there members of the public with comments on this item?
Chair Gregory, I'm not seeing any hands raised, and we did not receive any written comments on this item.
All right, I'll return it back to the commission for any additional questions, comments, or a motion to approve and send forward to the full commission.
Beaumont
All right.
moves to approve.
Commissioner Harnick, I see you have your hand up.
And I heard the motion, and I'll second it for discussion. I just wanted to say I really appreciated where we came in with projects, and rather than listing everyone, because of course the more we try and include, sometimes then we have the danger of excluding something important. And I love the way that it just says support the programs and policies that advantage transportation projects. It's written well, it's meaningful to our county, and as things evolve, it will continue to be inclusive by that wording. So I just wanted to make that comment.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and I would add, I certainly, of course, appreciate the emphasis on rail projects, all the multimodal projects, maintaining local control, and of course, fair share and equity. I think it did a good job, and I agree that sometimes we get caught up in which projects are on there when this is really a platform. So it should be spelling out more of what our policies and our goals are in general. So I think that is a good observation. All right, I did hear a motion. I didn't catch who made it. Who made the motion?
That was Beaumont.
All right, Beaumont, thank you. And Palm
I'll
Desert,
second.
I think Palm Desert seconded, but that's okay. We'll take many seconds. Are there any other questions or comments on this item? Then if not, then we'll ask the clerk for a roll call vote.
District 3,
Yes.
Beaumont,
Yes.
Calamasa,
yes,
Canyon Lake,
Aye.
Cathedral City,
Yes,
Desert Hot Springs,
Aye.
Lake Elsinore,
Aye.
Palm Desert,
Yes.
Palm Springs,
Aye.
Riverside,
Aye.
Wildemar.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 8 passes.
well, thank you so much. Okay, there weren't any items pulled, so we'll move right on to the executive director report and welcome Ann Mayer.
Thank you very much, commissioners. Good morning. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving and a nice long weekend. This is an exciting week in the universe of grant funding, in that we are submitting this week several applications for grants. The first one I'll cover is for CV Rail. We are submitting by the deadline, I believe it is on Thursday. We are submitting by the deadline a request for $20 million from the Federal Railroad Administration CRISI program. And that is $20 million so that we can complete the funding package for the Tier 2 environmental document for CV Rail. So this is exciting. This will be our second time submitting for this grant opportunity. We're optimistic that the work we've done to complete the Tier 1 environmental document, as well as the outreach to the public related to their support, will be beneficial as we seek to obtain these very, very competitive federal rail grant dollars. So that grant application is going in. I was very, very pleased on Wednesday, late on Wednesday, to receive a letter of support from Caltrans, not just a letter of support, but an indication of state partnership on this project. That's very, very important at the federal level. And we are very appreciative to Caltrans Director Tony Tavares, the Caltrans District 8 Director Diane Morales, and California State Transportation Agency Secretary Tokes Omoshakin. Secretary Omoshakin was here last month, met with Chair Perez and Commissioner Middleton, where they shared how important Coachella Valley Rail was to the future of Riverside County transportation. So we were thrilled to receive that partnership letter on Wednesday. So that's one exciting grant opportunity that we are pursuing. In addition, this is the deadline week for some of the state SB1 programs, both the local partnership program and solutions for congested corridors. We are submitting a couple of projects, Mid-County Parkway Phase 3, the Ramona Expressway component is being submitted. We are submitting the double tracking of the Paris Valley line along the 215. In addition, we are supporting Metrolink's request for funding for Tier 4 locomotives. So those are reduced emission locomotives for the fleet. And as well, we have sent staff support letters to the California Transportation Commission for a number of important local community projects where your agencies are submitting applications for either the trade corridor program or the local program competitive component. So we provided a number of support letters there as well. So fingers crossed, it will be months before we hear back on any of these grant applications. But I would like to thank our team as well as our partners for all of the effort for the past several months in putting together these applications so that we can be as competitive as possible. So a big week as we seek additional state and federal funding for important programs and projects here in Riverside County. And that completes my report. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that exciting report and for those updates on all of the different grants. I know that the staff has worked hard on all of those and they're excellent submissions, but we'll still keep our fingers crossed. Ann, I see you had your hands back up. Do you have something else?
I do. I forgot one thing. Commissioners, next week, the California Transportation Commission will be in Riverside County for an annual meeting. So it's been a long time since they've been in town. So we will be hosting them here in this building. They will start their meeting the afternoon on Wednesday. They start around 1. They'll probably go to sometime on Thursday. So if you happen to be in the building and want to stop in and see the activities of the California Transportation Commission, they will be here in the board chambers. First Vice Chair McGee will be welcoming them to Riverside County, and then we'll be sharing a joint Inland Empire video presentation with our partners in San Bernardino County Transportation Authority as a welcome to the Inland Empire region. So if you are in the building and want to stop in, please do so. Thank you.
Tell us again the date. I'm sorry.
It is Wednesday, December 7th. Wednesday, December 7th, they are starting at 1 o'clock, I believe. And what we'll do, I'll have Lisa send out an email to all commissioners with the CTC agenda as when it's posted. I don't know if it's posted yet. So as soon as it's posted, we'll send it out so you can see what's going to be going on at the CTC meeting next week.
Great.
All right, very good. Well, thank you so much. All right, if there are no other questions or comments about the executive director's reports, then we'll go ahead and move on to commissioner comments. I do want to note that, of course, we just had recent elections that are pretty much tied up now. And so I think there may be some changes on the commission. And this is often the time that if people are rotating out, even if they're staying on their councils, that they or on the county board, that they may have some other changes. So I would welcome anyone that may be changing. I think we have our auditor controller elect with us today, and there may be others. I would welcome you to make comments if you wish.
Sure. Looking forward to my transition to the Audit Controller's Office. That'll take place at the end of the year. I'll still be on council until the second week of December when I get to swear in my replacement for my own district. So I'm looking forward to that. Although the person who'll probably be joining this body is most likely either Dustin Nigg or Joseph Morabito. I haven't heard from them who's going to be taking this position, but I will let either of them know everything that's been going on for the past few months and years, and they'll hit the ground running hopefully. But it's been an extreme pleasure to serve with all of you, especially here on such an important body. And I look forward to continuing to serve with all of you. And of course, if any of you ever have any needs from the county as far as the Auditor Controller's Office is concerned, my door is always open, just like it is to everyone else, but especially to you fine folks. So thank you for all your support. And I look forward to continuing to serve our county.
Congratulations, Ben.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm sure the commission will probably also be congratulating you, but I, of course, want to congratulate you and thank you for all of the work that you've done on this committee. And of course, all of the many, many bodies that you've served on throughout our region. You are certainly a great example of someone who has served far beyond their city, but also the whole region, and one could argue the whole state. So thank you so much. Commissioner Harnick.
Thank you.
Those were just applause for Ben.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or maybe selfishly, those are applause for the people who live in Rancho, in the county of Riverside.
Yes. Yes. I know we all appreciate your work. All right. Is there anyone else with any other comments? We won't be meeting again until January. So if you have any comments for this committee, this would be your time to do so. All right. Well, I see that we will go ahead and close the comments and prepare to adjourn. Again, I just want to note that we will have our RCTC meeting that is scheduled for Wednesday, December 14th. So we'll have a chance to see all of you again. And then, as I just stated, we won't have a commission or a committee meeting until Monday, January 23rd. So if you would please mark that on your calendars, or if you're not going to be here, if you'd let your replacement know so we can make sure that we have everyone here for that meeting. So with that, of course, we want to wish everyone happy holidays, and we will see you, if not before, we'll see you on the 14th for the commission meeting. Have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.